The Reconstruction Era refers to the time period after the Civil War from 1863 to 1877. This era was pointed toward the reconstructing of the southern states of the United States. Even with some bitter feeling from the South, the goal was to bring the South back to normal as soon as possible. This made it a possibility to become one nation instead of a divided one. In U.S. history, Reconstruction, the period 1865 to 1877, followed the American Civil War, and during which attempts were made to redress the inequities of slavery and its political, social, and economic legacy, and to solve the problems arising from the readmission to the Union of the 11 states that had seceded at or before the outbreak of war. Long portrayed by many historians as a time when vindictive, radical Republicans fastened black supremacy upon the defeated Confederacy. Reconstruction has since the late 20th century been viewed more sympathetically as a laudable experiment in interracial democracy. Reconstruction witnessed far-reaching changes in America's political life at the national level. New laws and constitutional amendments permanently altered the federal system and the definition of American citizenship. In the South, a politically mobilized black community joined with white allies to bring the Republican Party to power, and with it, a redefinition of the responsibilities of government. The national debate over Reconstruction began during the Civil War. In December 1863, less than a year after he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, President Abraham Lincoln announced the first comprehensive program for Reconstruction. The 10% plan. Under it, when 1/10 of states' pre-war voters took an oath of loyalty, they could establish a new state government. To Lincoln, the plan was an attempt to weaken the Confederacy rather than a blueprint for the post-war South. It was to put into operation in parts of the Union-occupied Confederacy, but none of the new governments achieved broad local support. In 1864, Congress enacted and Lincoln pocket vetoed the Wade-Davis bill, which proposed to delay the formation of new Southern governments until a majority of voters had taken a loyalty oath. Some Republicans were already convinced that equal rights for the former slaves had to accompany the South's readmission to the Union. In his last speech on April 11, 1865, Lincoln, referring to the Reconstruction in Louisiana, expressed the view that some blacks, the very intelligent, and those who had served in the Union Army ought to enjoy the right to vote.